you.
All right, everybody, we're taking you out live now to Alexandria, Virginia, where Beto O'Rourke is going to be holding a town hall-like meeting. We're going to bring it to you live here on News Now, which is part of Fox10Phoenix.com. Again, everybody, my name is Pilar Arias. We're going to continue on with some of our day's top stories and headlines from across the country until Beto O'Rourke comes out. All right, is there a beard emoji? If so, please share with me. I would love to see it. And that's because this next top story is about a report that says men's beards are just as dirty as dog fur. What?
This isn't something you likely think about every day or really ever. And theoretically, the answer should be simple. Guess which was cleaner?
The dog's coats.
Dog's coat. The man's.
Swiss researchers pitted bearded men versus furry friend. And, well,
Whoever concerned about what might fall on your beard or how often you're washing it or...
Not really.
this study was designed to see if humans could contract dog-borne illnesses. So they swabbed beards and found a significantly higher microbe count in the human sample. Dr. Carrie Peterson believes a few factors are at play.
When men eat with beards, they tend to get more food in the beard hair itself, and food breeds bacteria, especially if they don't keep it clean. Another thing could be if they have saliva.
It's hard to imagine telling you a story about men with beards without polling men with beards. Hollis, James, and Ronald found us at the perfect time and were willing to share their hairy tales.
I wash it, brush it, put on oil. I don't look anything up. No, it doesn't smell. It doesn't smell. So if it doesn't smell, I'm good.
That seems like a pretty low bar until you hear Ronald's approach.
A lot of people, they just don't take care of it and they think that it's actually cool.
That's up for debate. This round goes to the dogs. There are some that are taking this a step further. The head of the Beard Liberation Front, yes, that's a thing, feels as if this is nothing more than paganophobia, that is the fear of beards. One thing does seem certain on this topic: more studies are needed. They only surveyed 18 humans and 30 dogs. Reporting on the Upper East Side, Teresa Priolo, Fox 5 News.
Did she just say the fear of fears? All right, everybody. Well, we've heard about the measles outbreak in New York, but it turns out it's spreading across the U.S. as well. Let's get the details.
90 cases of measles in the U.S. in just 1 week. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reporting the total amount of cases this year is at 555, up from last week's 465.
We are now on track to have the worst year for measles since measles was eliminated in 2000.
It's affecting at least 20 states, including Michigan. 36 cases are confirmed in one southeast county. Michigan state health officials say the outbreak was caused by a single person who spread the virus after contracting it in New York. The New York City suburb of Rockland County has been dealing with an increasing amount of cases for months, with some hospitalizations. Anyone infected is banned from visiting public places and must provide documentation of their illness.
Despite our best efforts, this outbreak is not going away. If anything, it is now accelerating, much as we feared.
The Rockland County outbreak is mostly confined in predominantly Orthodox Jewish communities. It's a similar problem in Brooklyn, where a separate outbreak has led the mayor to mandate vaccinations for people in 4 select zip codes. That emergency order has prompted outrage.
I don't think it's in the city's or any legal way that they can force this upon us.
5 of those residents are now suing the city, claiming it has no legal authority to order vaccinations. The measles are highly contagious and can be lethal, especially for children. However, the CDC has not confirmed any recent fatalities. In New York, Brian Yennis, Fox News.
Thanks for the latest there, Brian Yennis. All right, well, anybody out there interested in Egypt mummies, both the like, right? Have you ever visited the Luxor in Las Vegas? One of my favorite on the Vegas Strip, by the way. We're so close to Las Vegas here in Phoenix. It's very common for all of us to head up there from time to time. I say, lately I've been averaging about once a year. All right, well, there's a discovery that I want to show you with this next top story.
Welcome to Egypt.
Mummies, a wax head, and a trove of trinkets. A team of archaeologists unearthing ancient treasures in Egypt.
This whole region might be absolutely riddled with these underground tombs. So it really could be the beginning of a huge wave of archaeological discoveries.
Oh my word!
One of the biggest discoveries, a 2,500-year-old high priest mummy, plus a symbolic wax head, 2 other mummies, one believed to be a singer, and an ancient Egyptian board game. Explorer Josh Gates revealing it all to viewers around the globe on Discovery Channel's Expedition Unknown Egypt Live. The discovery gives a closer look of the late period in Egypt, a lesser-known part of history.
It's a period that's not as well studied in some ways as other parts of Egyptian history. And so I think what we're really trying to figure out is who is in this sarcophagus and to figure out more about what that can tell us about the people who lived at this time.
We've got a wreck down here!
Up next, Gates plans to travel to more mystifying corners of the world.
We'll be looking for lost gold in Scotland. We'll be looking for Nazi treasure. We'll be doing a show on the famed Crystal Skull, which was the inspiration for the 4th Indiana Jones film.
Gates says the skull has a dubious backstory. How fitting this real-life Indiana Jones is going to be the one to tell it. Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
Oh man, could you imagine being an archaeologist, how much fun you would have and the things that you would uncover, discover? I have a very close friend who always wanted to do that. All right, so any of you binge watch out there? Let's see those hands up emojis. Guilty is charged right here, especially on Netflix. It just makes it so easy, right? It just rolls from episode to episode. All of a sudden you're like on episode 5 and you're like, whoa, where did my afternoon and my evening go, right? Well, it turns out Dina Santofanti is here to let us know there might be some health benefits to doing just that.
Yes, Game of Thrones is the most popular TV show in the world right now, whether you're watching that or maybe you watched Tiger Woods win the Masters. Whatever it is, it turns out some of these shows that bring us all together, it's actually good for our health. Yeah, TV gets a bad rap, but watching TV, even though it's a passive activity, it actually has some health benefits. Let's talk about what those are. Whether you're watching it alone, as a couple, or maybe with friends, these shows these moments create a bonding experience. They can create conversation, debate. Sometimes they even spark complex reasoning. And discussing shows and details can create satisfying connections between people. It can even help you build relationships. That's why so often when you stand around the water cooler and talk to somebody at work, you say, hey, did you see this show? Did you see that show? So take this information and enjoy watching your favorite shows together. Enjoy those moments. With your Fox News medical team, I'm Dina Santofanti.